Hey guys, this is your girl Monique Nicole. So I just wanted to come and give y'all a quick story of something that happened to me the other day. So I have three kids. Two of my kids are under the age of 5, and I'm a single mom. They qualify for WIC, which is WIC stands for, I'm thinking like women, infants, children, or something. It stands for women, infant, children, for nutrition or food assistance. WIC is for people that make under a certain amount, and they qualify for stuff like eggs, juice, milk, dairy products, and vegetables. Basically, what should be free to America anyway, because we're plentiful on cows, and vegetables and stuff is grown in like it's grown from the earth. So of course, they have these benefits where if you make a certain amount, then or make under a certain amount, then you qualify for this free food. So obviously, my dog is really getting on my nerves. Okay, sorry. Obviously, I qualify. I'm a student right now. I have three kids. I'm a single parent. So, two of my kids who are under 5 qualify for a week. So, I go down to the office. Be quiet. Anyway, I go down to the office to get the assistance. And the first lady that I talked to, first of all, three kids going to the WIC office is, oh my gosh. And my daughter is 5, my son is 3, and my baby girl is 1. So she's in a stroller. My son is he walks, but sometimes, and I don't know if he's spoiled or he does have autism, and I don't know if it's related. So anybody out there that have kids that have autism, do your kids ever, like, if they're walking or something, just completely stop walking, stiffen up? He will have fits and all of it. Well, I know that's a tribute to autism, having those real bad fits because stuff gets on his nerves. So going to the WIC office with my three kids is very trying. Now, my oldest, she helps me a lot, but she's 5 years old, so she's a child herself. So getting them across the street, and they don't make parking easy or anything. Like, the parking was under construction, and we had to walk a long ways. My mom actually came with me because she helps me with the kids, and my mom is disabled. So it's just like my mom is having a hard time. I'm having a hard time with these kids. My son is giving me trouble, and it's so, like, I'm drained at the end of the day. So I'm going in trying to keep a positive attitude, already kind of agitated because on one end it's like, thank God that they have these programs set up where you can get this food assistance, because I'm a person that needs these vegetables, juice, all of this for my kids. So thank God that they have this, but at the same time it's like they make it so hard when you're going to get the assistance, because I guess they figure, well, it's free, so you got to do what you got to do to get it. Well, at least that's the attitude of half the people that work there. And it's like, why do you have this attitude? Like, you have a job, what, are you looking down on me? Are you mad at me? Like, why do you have this attitude? But that's kind of cutting forward. So when I first get here, I sign in, real nice, saying hi, how you doing? Attitude at the gate from the girl that's speaking to the people at the front. So then they called my name, and I talked to a lady that's very nice. Like, I had a great experience with her because I sat down, she asked me, personal questions, as far as address, all of this and that. And I'm giving her the information. and she was just asking about my income and all this, and I was telling her about my hardship on, I'm not working right now, I'm in school. I'm not able to work because of my, I stay at home with my son. I was telling her that he was diagnosed with autism, and she was saying, well, I didn't want to ask you if he had autism, but I was noticing how he wasn't, talking to me and stuff. I kind of picked up on it just from the way you had him. But she just gave me words of encouragement. It really touched me, which is one reason why I want to make the video, because sometimes people don't even know that they're touching you, that you really need to hear those words. Like, those are words from God, I feel like, because she was telling me, you're so great with your son. I love the bond that y'all have, and God doesn't make any mistakes. That's your blessing. He's your blessing. I just see that you're such a great mom with him. Just all the words of somebody that's just pure open heart, and I really appreciated it, especially in that time, because it's kind of, I hate to say embarrassing, but the way people look at you, the attitudes of the workers, it sometimes can make you feel like, well, I'm just at the bottom of the barrel. I'm sorry that I don't have money like you have and I need assistance. But why do I have to feel so bad about myself, about something? I'm trying to better myself. I just feel like I have to just give so much explanation about it. And it's sad because I never asked to be a single mom and to be in this situation. So when I have to go and get certain stuff, it's like, and do you guys feel like that too? Like, if you've ever been in a position where you go to get some kind of assistance or any kind of situation like that, and they're giving you an attitude, how does that make you feel? Because it makes me feel some type of way every time I have to be in a situation where I'm going to get something that's going to help me, assistance or whatever. I always feel some type of way. So she made me feel awesome. And then she was telling me that we were going to speak to the nutritionist next. So we go over to the house, speak to the nutritionist. She walks us over, all this and that. She was complimenting my kids because, I she was talking about, their shoes and how I got them and stuff like that. That made me feel good because I take a lot of time in the morning to try to have them looking nice when we go somewhere. And even though I'm not going to say even though, because I have three kids, people would assume that they're just gonna be so outrageous and all of this, but they really do a good job when I take them out, and it's a good experience when I take them, but it's still a lot because I have to carry them, and it's a lot. So anyway, we get over to the other side and we go to see the nutritionist. Now, she was a white lady, and before, I have been to the WIC office before, and every time I go, the nutritionist is very nice, very easy breezy. Usually when I go, I think I've spoke to a black nutritionist before, but majority of the time it might be a white nutritionist. Not that race matters. I'm just giving y'all the whole thing of the situation. So I go, and it's a white lady on this day, a white nutritionist. Never had any problems with the nutritionist before when I went to the WIC office. But for some reason, when I go in to talk to this lady, it's like from the start, it was a horrible vibe from her. The way she was interacting with my kids, it's like my son, he is kind of all over the place when he gets into a small space, and he was in a room. He was going over to like touch her and stuff. I'm grabbing him so he can be by me because she's giving so much, and she's supposed to be getting his weight and giving him an iron test and all of this, but it's like she doesn't want him to touch her. It's like she's just disgusted by the fact, and I'm like, she's disgusted by me having kids. What is it? First thing I'm thinking is she racist? Like, what's going on? Like, is she prejudiced to me? Like, what is the deal? Because she's giving me straight fever out the gate when I walk into the door. And she was asking me, like, I'm talking to her. I'm trying to talk to her. Everything that she's saying is like, I'm going to give you an example. So I'm telling her, because she was asking about my son, and I told her that he had been diagnosed with autism. Again, I'm telling, the nutritionist about his eating habits because his eating habits are poor. So I'm telling her about it, and she's like jumping onto, so when are you going to put him in school? Is he in school? And I'm like, no, he's not in school yet. My mom is, she works with kids with disabilities. So the fact that my mom has time to work with him now, that's our plan, for my mom to work with him. And then we want to transition him into school. And it's like, your mom is gonna, what is your mom? Like, just attitude. And it's ridiculous. And I'm feeling like, what is going on? Like, when she's giving my two youngest kids their iron tests, she um gave my daughter a sticker, and then she's like, well, does he want one? And I'm like, yeah. Just attitude, just like, so we get into the room to discuss further with her, and my son is all over the place. Like, I have to grab him every 5 minutes because he's getting into paper. He loves paper. He's getting into everything. So I'm grabbing him, and she's like, he goes over to he saw some paper on her desk, so he goes over to get it. And I'm like, getting him, calling his name, grabbing him, and she's like, no, you're not gonna get, you can't get my paper now. Don't be a little thief. What? Did you just call my son a thief? Did you just call my, and then she tried to backpedal and take it back. That's when I was like, okay, this woman isn't prejudiced. She isn't racist. This woman is crazy, because the way she was interacting with us, it was ridiculous. But it made my experience horrible. But when I got in the car with my mom and we were discussing it, it's like, people are something else. Like, people don't, majority, or I'm not going to say majority. I don't want to think that the world is like this, but a great majority of people that I see on a daily basis do not pay attention to the way that they act with others, or they interact with others. They have no regard. And it's like, I'm not trying to just put myself on this high pedestal, but when I go out, I try to be mindful of people. I try to open the door for people if I can. I smile, I say hi to people. I just interact with people. Whereas people that I run into, it's all frowns, looking down. And I know that this comes from, they have other stuff going on in their lives too. You don't know how their day started before you met them. And you have to be mindful of that. But at the same time, it's like, a lot of people are just mean and rude. So what I try to do is go out my way to compliment somebody. If I really think that somebody's hair looks nice, or their whatever looks nice, or their nice shoes, nice dress, so they look good, I try to go out of my way to compliment them. And when I do that, it takes people back. Like, sometimes I compliment people when I'm out, and it's like they don't even want to say thank you, or they just don't know how to act to it. And I'm like, today's society, the way the world is going, is so scary, because people are on their phones, down at their phones. Like, it's like they can't hand you an emoji, so they don't know how to really act. And it's sad, because we're turning into robots, and I refuse to be a person that turns into a robot. Now, I embrace social media, Facebook and Twitter, all that stuff, but I do not live on it. Like, I promise you, I do these YouTube videos and I enjoy doing it because I enjoy talking to you guys. But just living on Instagram and all that stuff, never, because you lose yourself in it. And that stuff that's hype. Like on a day to day, that is so hype. Like that is not even the world that you live in. Like that computer life, it's crazy, But that's not my point of the video. My point of this video was to speak on the experience that I had at this freaking WIC office. And I know people are experiencing situations like this every day. And if you don't understand why I'm talking about this, then you might be a part of the problem. You cannot look down on people. You cannot say, you just can't talk about people and you don't know their situation. Because all of us, you lose your job, if you were staying with your mom or something like that, if she loses her job, or we're all just like one step away from being homeless. So how can you look down at people? I see people constantly every single day looking down on people, saying little slick stuff to down somebody, and I'm like, you're like 1 foot away yourself of being homeless. So how can you look down on somebody? And I don't like that. I hate that. I know the world is not a perfect place, but since I have been going through the things that I have been going through, it has definitely humbled me. But it really shows me that this world, there's a heaven and there's a hell, and there are good people and there are bad people. So you just have to stay prayed up and keep on pushing and believing in yourself, because if you don't, like, this world will knock you down and leave you down. Like Tracy Morgan said on the interview with Oprah, this world has teeth, and it will bite you. It will bite you. So you have to just stay encouraged. That's what I want you guys to do. I'm going through my own trials, and I know that I'm about to be on the other side of that tunnel. And I definitely want to tell you guys to stay encouraged. If you're going through a situation where you're down, any situation that you're going through, just remember to stay encouraged, because it's a rainbow after the storm. And trouble won't last always. I promise you it don't. It will not last always. This video has went on longer, way longer than I anticipated, but I thought that it was a must that I put this out here. Be real, speak from the heart, kind of let y'all know on some stuff that I'm dealing with. And just remember to stay encouraged. And I love you guys for watching. And I'll be back very soon with some more material. Okay, guys? Bye.